Yo! Video games.
Yeah, we'll do hurry with this and see how it goes without all the curses. Right. Where the fuck did the whip thing go? Where the fuck did the whip thing go?
Hey,
Whip the whip.
Yeah, DMC is a lot of it is you're buying. Yeah, you're buying additional moves. There is some stuff that's like a little bit like, hey, you know, buy these things to extend your life, you know, stuff like that, or extend your devil trigger meter. There's some stuff.
Well, you played Virgil in DMC 5, right?
I never did.
Oh shit!
I never played the upgrade version for PS5.
That's crazy.
I mean, I really enjoyed the game. I just when I found out that it was basically what they did for Devil May Cry 4, where it's like, oh, Virgil mode. Is it like is he like anything unique about the campaign? No,
the combat.
It's literally just the combat's different,
yeah.
But you just run through the exact same levels. You know, we have like an opening and an ending cutscene, and that's basically it. And then I was like, pass.
But it's not his story. It's just.
I mean, it is and it isn't. Where it's like you get a unique opening intro, you get a unique ending, you get kind of a unique end boss fight against Dante, but like yeah, it's all about his combat. I'm like, cool. I just for whatever reason, whatever other games at the time, I'm like, I don't, because it is my one legit complaint with Devil May Cry 5 is that
he's missed out because Virgil is awesome.
Sure,
I missed out too. I didn't fucking do it. It's
yeah.
fun.
I just 80% of Devil May Cry 5 takes place in the Lorax's butthole. So
yeah, the atmosphere wasn't the best towards the end of it.
It was just repetitive. Like everything looked like the fucking Lorax tree.
Yeah.
Like the opening stuff is really cool, but
that's crazy too. Yeah, Devil May Cry actually did have co-op mode for like one level. It was like for like one level and
one
like
sequence.
Yeah, and they were like on the other side of the fucking area or some shit. Like they weren't actually with you, but it was there. I remember the chat played with me last time. You know, that'd be a game to play again. Play Virgil. I actually want to go back just to see.
I'm sure it's great. I'm sure whatever.
Or Max, you went ham on that.
I beat it when it came out.
Yeah, Virgil.
And I did Virgil's campaign on DMC4 like a long time ago when that special edition came out. It was cool.
Capcom hates DMC for some reason because they don't sell.
I mean, 5's the best-selling one.
Yeah.
And 4 was the best-selling one before that, and they just took 10 years to make it.
Damn.
It'll take 10 more years to make another one.
The problem is it didn't sell
gangbusters.
Fucking Monster Hunter numbers now.
Yeah.
Or Resident Evil numbers, or Street
Yeah, the co-op mode is fun, but it didn't feel like it was really that co-op-y. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, you fought in one area, your other friend fought in a different area.
Also, the other thing with Devil May Cry, and this is really important, Devil May Cry has a champion within the company.
Yeah, someone that loves it.
But if he's not championing it at any specific time, it's not getting made.
There you go.
Like, no one else is going to make a Devil May Cry besides Itsuno. So, like, he's making Dragon's Dogma 2 right now, which is another passion project of his that would never have happened unless he wanted to do it.
So, is he the guy that just likes Devil May Cry, or did he
There's an tractor on the map.
He took it over when the original developers left and made Platinum.
Gotcha.
So he took it over, and he's done a great job with it.
Yeah, definitely.
But he loves it. You know, it's he's the champion for it.
Why did the guys from Platinum leave Capcom?
They didn't want to do sequels.
Really?
Yeah, Capcom was basically going into like, you're going to do sequel mode forever. Because first they formed a division in the company called Clover.
Sequels? Like what the? Like how do you not? Like,
I don't want because think about it. You're Bungie, right? And in the time when Bungie was owned by Microsoft,
right?
Are you ever going to get to make anything besides Halo? No, you're going to make Halo till you fucking retire.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So they didn't want to do that.
I'm sure Capcom would have given them the option to make new stuff later on down the road.
They did.
It was the gun.
Well, okay. Well, Steve, they made a division called Clover. They made a bunch of original games for Clover under the Clover banner at Capcom. They didn't sell. Capcom says you're now doing okay. You know more of these wacky ideas. Well, fuck you then. Then I'm leaving. I'm like, I'm not going to just basically try to one up my past successes over and over again.
What game did they make? What was it?
Who?
Clover.
Made a bunch. They made Okami, God Hand, Beautiful Joe.
Wow! Oh my god, those games are they're like cult classics. Like,
Sure.
They didn't sell well.
They didn't. Yeah,
It sold
'cause
like dirt.
I was legit about to talk about God Hand, and I was like, why the fuck didn't like that not take off? You know, I was like, what the fuck happened
Because it
to
sold
God
like
Hand?
dirt.
That sucks, and the combat there is pretty fucking fun too. Damn, so they fucked. I mean, you got like 3 tries: Okami, God Hand, and Beautiful Joe. I thought Beautiful Joe sold well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not really.
This is still tough.
I never played Beautiful Joe. Now I think I played like a demo, and then I was like, oh, it's pretty dope, but I never really got into it. Okami, yeah, Okami's a beautiful game.
Okami's great. It's kind of long, but it's great.
Ah. Y'all have no taste? Oh, okay. Or maybe he's talking about that, I don't know.
Oh, the people who didn't buy it.
Yeah, right.
I bought Okami twice.
Yeah, Okami was an exciting release. It was like Capcom's Zelda.
Yeah, it was. I mean, in all ways, like I bought Okami twice. Actually, that's the only Clover game I bought.
Okami is the most beautiful game. Oh my god, Max, no.
This is tough. I can't go
Astral
up
Chain?
there.
What's that?
It's platinum.
That's platinum, okay.
My god, I'm stuck again. Wow.
Damn.
This is legit hard, even on like regular, man.
That's what I heard. I heard this is actually a really tough map.
Yeah.
Like it's for like the
I got,
sweaties.
before I have to go anywhere, I gotta like.
People
level
keep
shit
saying
up.
disable. I don't know. Hurry is just not the way.
It
because
just doesn't do it.
Well, you're doing hurry, which means that they're leveling up super quick, right?
Yeah, there's like no other buffs on here though. Usually, I mean, in every other instance of the game, like you need something, or else it's just way too easy.
Somebody in chat said God Hand got a horrible review from IGN.
It did. 3.0.
Ouch. That wasn't justified.
They said the combat was awful.
It's like one guy at IGN.
Vengeance combat is mid-tanker. That is flirting with a band.
It's flirting.
Flirting with
Flirting.
a band. Vengeance combat is mid.
Yeah, I think they should make another freaking on that, but again, if it didn't sell, if I'm going to give a shit.
It's not a charity.
Yeah, I know.
Does this flower die?
Oh, what?
It did.
Eventually did.
IGN went back years later and re-reviewed it positively. Really?
Right.
How do you go back on a game and be like, hey, you know what, we were dumbasses?
It's your site. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. They're like, yeah, you know, we were just kidding. They're like, whoops. We were just having fun.
That's a person that probably hates action games. And
Right,
probably
yeah.
reviewed it.
Well, that's what they do.
God Hand is a weirdly obtuse game, so it takes some like. Even when it came out, it was like, what? We've tried playing it a few times, and it's like, whoa, okay. You have to get into it.
You didn't get God Hand when it first came out?
No,
It's hard. It's a wacky.
it's a wacky game that has to like you have to like commit yourself.
Interesting. I don't know what that actually means. Like, I was like, oh, I gotta. Like,
There's a part of the game where you're just like, what the fuck do I do? Like, you really, if you're not utilizing all the mechanics, you're kind of fucked. I'm just staying out here. We're good.
Max was the same with Alien Isolation.
True, absolutely true. I went back to Alien Isolation and I really enjoyed it.
Wrap it around. And IGN had the same review with
Alien Isolation has like come around as being a great game.
Interesting. Some people just take time to get good at or enjoy games or something. That's weird. Like they don't understand it at first, and then like, oh, you know what? You were wrong.
Yeah, I mean, games being misunderstood is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
I get some shit.
Yeah, like how you misunderstand my Xenoblade.
Well, I've never said anything bad about it. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know.
That's Kenny.
Oh yeah, say something good about my Resident Evil games, huh?
I really enjoyed Resident Evil 8. You loved it so much.
What about multiplayer ones, huh? Yeah.
Oh no, those are bad.
Nah, they're misunderstood. And later on, people are gonna like, you know.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, it's just misunderstood.
Did people really misunderstand Umbrella Corps?
Nope. They definitely did. They're like, oh man, this game, but they don't. They're sleeping on it. It's just like IGN. Sleepers, man. Shit. Umbrella Corps is gonna come back, chat, and Capcom's gonna learn the error of the ways. Can't wait. Gonna happen.
Even you don't like that game, Steve. Every time
I like that
Every
game.
time I see you playing that game, you're complaining.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh my god, Tinker, you couldn't be more wrong. There's no crazy combo potential in Metal Gear Rising? Jesus. Okay, it's okay if you don't know how the combat works in that game. It's alright.
Okay, if you're wrong.
It's alright. Go look up some of Sunny Legends videos and GIFs. Jesus.
I've actually never seen anybody give Outbreak a bad review. Everybody unanimously says that's
I didn't like Outbreak much when it first came out because of how cumbersome it was to get going. But it's not the game's fault.
Yeah.
It's the system and how it operated and how you connected and couldn't communicate.
Oh, you're talking about the
functionality of PlayStation.
Oh, that's
like I said, it's not really the game's fault. It's like I hated how cumbersome it was to get it going.
Yeah. This was back in the
PS2 days.
PS2 and you know, Counter-Strike days. People were just learning how to play each other online and shit like that. Like online gaming really wasn't a thing around that time. It was just barely taken off because you want to know why? People were transitioning from 56K to actually cable, and only the rich kids had cable at that time.
Yeah, well, it's not even about it was like getting online, connecting, and
right, because the
whole thing were like
even the companies didn't know how to optimize.
Yeah, and they didn't have any voice chat. They're like, oh, it's part of the experience.
It's part of the experience.
It's scarier if you can't talk to your. I'm like, fuck you.
Yep.
It's just like, fuck off. Like,
it definitely would not work if you were able to communicate with somebody and you went to different levels. And you were able to communicate, it would just make the game dumb.
Well, I was like, okay, fine. They can only communicate if they're in the same room or on the same screen or whatever.
I wish they actually had walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
And then if you lost a walkie-talkie in a fight or something like that.
Something like that.
I would.
They would only work sometimes. You only have so
if you go so far.
Batteries to it or whatever.
Yep. You got I
was like, I remember that. She's like, but you could type to them. You could type.
Yeah.
In Outbreak. So it was like, oh, so. You know, it's scarier if you can't communicate, but if you buy the keyboard...
Yeah, you would type in the lobby. It wasn't in the game. The only thing you could do in the game was have the characters literally communicate. So, over there!
Yeah.
Playing something? Oh, or something like that. It's like, oh, no, over here. So yeah, you would have the characters communicate. Even if they made a game like that now, people would just go on Discord and communicate.
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So even that whole excuse would just be like, no. That's exactly what
I used to find incredibly fucking lazy of Nintendo to like have no voice chat on Switch.
Yeah.
And it's lazy and paranoid because they did it because they didn't want kids
talking. Yeah.
And then this shit hit me. But it hit me now too. I'm like, wow, voice. I don't give a shit about any system's voice chat.
Yeah. Now. Yeah.
I'm just gonna like, you know, we'll just hit up like, you know, a Discord or whatever for people we know.
So that we can talk. And
I don't want to fucking like turn on voice chat in game. Fuck that.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the difference in voice chat, in my opinion. When I did voice chat for the first time, I started off in SOCOM. Actually, no, I started off in
That's like burst talking.
Yeah, I started off in Counter-Strike, and then I moved to SOCOM. When I was in Counter-Strike, the shit was mad toxic. When I moved to Counter-Strike, it was more cooperative. Then I started trying out Halo, mad fucking toxic. Then we started playing, what's it called, Call of Duty. The toxicity wasn't there, but listening to everybody complain on the other end was enough for me to be like...
Bitching about losing or
something. Exactly.
Kill streak or...
Yeah, and I'm
bullshit.
like...
dude, I don't know.
And then I lost interest in fucking
I remember COD 4 online and stuff, and it was such a cornucopia of just like straight up racism and homophobic. You were at a Republican National Convention.
That was after the match was over. When you got into the lobby, it was the perfect opportunity for people to talk shit. And that's literally what happened. But with SOCOM, that wasn't the case because you're communicating. And then with like Halo and shit like that, you would hear the other person and shit like that. Everyone was just talking shit, and then the lobby hit, and everyone was just talking shit. So
it doesn't matter when. The point is like you can 2 minutes. You're gonna hear every racial
of course,
slur possible if you went on.
It was the era of no accountability, where no one had a name tied to an account that they had to pay for.
Yeah, like your personal
your
name.
personal name to account.
Just a gamer tag, whatever.
That was the difference. So you were anonymous, and whenever it happens to anonymous, they go completely ham. It's same thing with road rage. When you're road raging, it's the fact that you can get away with it, so people can be assholes, and then all of a sudden you start losing your fucking mind because that person just cut you off and they're driving away. And it's the same thing online. The idea is that, okay, I can be an asshole because I can get away with it. It's a testament to human behavior, because it's like, what are people willing? What are people willing to do when they can get away with it? They'd be assholes.
Do you know why I bought a 360?
Why'd you buy a 360?
Party chat.
Yeah.
That was literally why I decided to get the 360.
PS3 didn't have it, or it was way shittier.
Yeah, it didn't, and it didn't have it at first for a chunk of time. I think it eventually came in, but like you said, it was shittier or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was sitting there, I'm like, I'm gonna go Xbox 360. When I saw what Party Chat was, I was like, yeah, this is it. Well, I mean, I was like on the fence, and I really wasn't like, I don't know about Halo. And then I saw COD 4. I think Max was playing it. I saw Max playing COD 4.
Yeah.
And I saw
kill streaks and shit.
I couldn't figure out. Well, at the time, it didn't hit me.
You don't understand? Yeah, exactly. Like,
well, it didn't hit me. Why does this feel so much smoother? I'm like, 60 frames. This COD 4 was quote unquote 60 frames. But the level system and the party chat.
Yeah.
Like when I saw there was like a reason, like you play it and then you level up like in an RPG. I was like, really? And then you got party chat, so you never have to fucking hear any of these dickholes online.
Yeah.
And that's why I got a 360.
Yeah. I like the idea that with the party chat and everything like that, you can just have a conversation with your boys while you're playing a game and shit like that.
Yeah, and you didn't even have to be in the same game or in the same lobby or whatever.
Right.
Party chat was universal across the.
You know what that
thing.
did? It eliminated the use of phones. Like you could legit just I don't need to use up my minutes with my old school, because remember minutes for the fucking cell phones back in the day. Like I don't have to use my minutes. Just hit up my homeboy and just call him over the party chat and we can just talk forever. So yeah, stuff like that was the reason why 360.
Fucking upgrade.
But a lot of the times, I guarantee you, even today, people would still be those same type of fucking jerk kids if they had the opportunity to get away with it. And to be honest, that doesn't stop some people even online now. But
no, it doesn't.
The consequences are heavier. People can report them, and they get their shit banned for like a week or something like that, and they realize, okay, I can't fuck it up. I have to be, like a decent person. Like, it's crazy.
Have to be not a complete piece of shit.
Yeah, right. It works for some people. Some people just can't help it. So it's just, and they're mostly kids. So it just comes down with that. But I get it. Nintendo says, you know what, we're just gonna cut out the middleman.
Wash our hands.
Yeah, it's like we're just cut them out. We don't want to deal with it. No one is allowed to talk. Forget it.
Use your phone. That's literally Nintendo's.
Yep.
Their
answer.
literal excuse is
their
just
answer.
use your phone.
Just use the phone. Figure it out. We do not want you guys talking. We already know how it is out there. I actually don't know how bad it is with the Japanese culture. How bad like those guys talk trash to each other. I don't think it's as bad though.
I mean, they do.
Yeah.
But like.
No one in Japan's ever mean.
No, I'm not saying they're mean, but
never ever.
The funny thing about
they don't pop off as much as Americans.
The funny thing
other.
is like, and there absolutely is people who are they'll pop off, or like whatever. Nobody talks to each other
in Japan. Yeah, they don't really talk to each other. Yeah, they just play the game.
Like the only ones who do are like the 14, 15-year-olds.
Yeah,
they're the only ones actually talking to each other on the trains. Considered impolite. Talk on the trains, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
You walk around, and also there's, to myself, nobody talked to me, which I get it. I'm this big, fat, foreign tourist walking around that's a foot taller than everyone. But like, from any sort of distance, people just weren't conversing with each other. I go into a crowded ass, food, fast food place that's multi-story. Everyone's sitting down. Even the people who are with each other, they're not talking.
Yeah.
Just don't talk.
Japanese players talk the most trash, especially in FPS games. Japanese players play FPS games?
Yeah, it's more of a more cult following, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm like, I never see Japanese players play freaking FPS games. Japanese gamers are hella toxic, I guess. Oh, in Final Fantasy 14, they probably talk. Yeah, well, yeah.
But I imagine online they're awful because they're just getting their outlet where they.
Apex is huge in Japan, and Valorant. Wow.
I'm sure. With an like you say, being anonymous and whatever. I'm sure they're toxic as hell when they don't have to like.
It alleviates your responsibility, and when you know you can get away with something, you just become a jerk. It's the same thing with Grand Theft Auto. Like I feel like a lot of people in that game wouldn't be as assholey if they didn't have the chance to just get away with it.
There's one up there. Oh. Try to get to it.
But that's what the game is designed around.
I'm not going to climb the mountain until I'm like more equipped for it.
Japanese Final Fantasy 14 community is notorious for toxicity.
Sure it is.
Damn it! I would have fucking loved it for my whip.
Whip. Water in your one whip.
Yeah, this is good.
Oh yeah, we know about Japan's xenophobia. They get kind of crazy sometimes.
This talks about that a lot.
Yeah, it does.
The whole Xenoblade thing.
Xenoblade, yeah.
I mean,
xenophobia.
To be honest, that literally is why he.
I know. I mean, you said that's why I remember you saying that.
Yeah, like it literally is like why the story was written that way.
Why?
Because the writer kind of, he saw what, how he lives in a country full of very rampant xenophobia. The whole game is about that. It's about dealing with foreign entities. And not alien, but like people,
outsiders.
It's all about the a lot of it's just about the conflict, just human conflict.
Yeah.
Like, there's only one game in the franchise that actually has aliens, and it's a spin-off, and it'll never get re-released. And then,
oh, look at this big tanuki.
Ugly ass
oh my
motherfucker.
god, look at that.
Is that his tail? He's holding his tail. Oh, big ass tail. Damn, he's easy.